We are going to start activity 4 with 2 glass cylinders that are filled to 10 milliliters of water. We're going to need 2 strips of chromatography paper, a paper with a special property we'll discuss later. So let's go ahead and put 2 dots of orange Crayola marker and then 1 of black. So there's a special reason why we're using this type of marker versus a Sharpie, because we're going to try to see if we can separate out the pigments that make up these markers. Next, what we're going to do is make sure that when we place these strips into the graduated cylinders, that the dots of ink are only 1 inch above the waterline. After we have the strips in place, we're going to set a timer for 10 minutes to see what happens to the water. Now, chromatography paper is really good at actually separating out different compounds because it actually allows water to move through it, and you can see that water is going to move up these strips, almost defying gravity. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a time lapse of what happened over those 10 minutes. And then you're going to see which is the heaviest or lightest pigment based on how far up it ran. We use this principle to help us determine mystery compounds to see if they are blood, if they are different types of plant pigments, or purity of things based off of just using the movement of water. So this is a really simple demonstration of this particular property, but you may even have a job one day where you run these types of tests to make sure that substances are what they claim to be. After 10 minutes, the orange marker has separated into 3 pigments. The reddish pigment, that reddish pinkish pigment, has traveled about 9 centimeters. The yellow pigment has traveled 9.7 centimeters. And finally, the dark orange pigment has traveled 10 centimeters. After 10 minutes, the black marker has separated into 3 main pigments. The reddish pigment has traveled 9.8 centimeters. The blackish brownish pigment has traveled 10.9 centimeters. Finally, the dark blue pigment has traveled 12.5 centimeters. Go ahead and answer the questions listed in activity 4, and you can finish up this assignment with the bonus questions at the bottom.